What's up, guys? Welcome back to All Gains Mindset. We talk about diet, fitness, health, dating, mindset, all that kind of stuff. So today we're going to go over Law 3 of our 48 Power segment. Let's go into it now. Alright, guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to get right into it. Law 3 of Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power is conceal your intentions. Use decoyed objects and desires, red herrings, to throw people off the scent. Hide your intentions not by closing up with the risk of appearing secretive and making people suspicious, but by talking endlessly about your desires and goals, just not your real ones. You will kill 3 birds with 1 stone. You will appear friendly, open, and trusting. You conceal your intentions, and you send your rivals on time-consuming wild goose chases. So,
exactly. The best thing to do is, and I've seen this a lot, and especially a lot of friends, is that when they have a lot of like these goals and they talk about it all the time, and they're like so excited about it, then the next thing you know, it just goes down the shit. We've had that. We've seen that happen to us in real time with a lot of our friends, where they talk about specific goals and specific things that they're excited to do, and then it falls through, and then they get all upset. And it's not it's their fault for talking about it, I feel, because if they concealed that and they kept it to themselves, and it wouldn't have jinxed that specific thing from happening. I've seen a lot of times where that would happen, but in a case where it's a person to person, let's say if I have goals, let's say if my goal is to, buy Trump Tower, and I tell Andrew that, next thing I know, Andrew goes and buys Trump Tower on me, and I'm like, bruh, why you do that? It's because I did not conceal my intentions of buying Trump Tower. So you got to make sure that you give the people around you the feeling that you're being trustworthy with some things that you say, but you're keeping the specific intentions that you have concealed within you, and you don't let them know, because certain things could spark either resentment in people. It can spark certain aspects that might actually affect you negatively. You want to make sure that you let people go off and think that you want this, but you actually want this instead.
yeah, by not giving full disclosure on everything, you always leave a little bit of mystery in there, like what your real goals and desires are, and sort of your purpose in life and where you want to go. Sometimes it's kind of like the saying, like a magician doesn't reveal all his secrets.
Exactly,
kind of like that. By telling people all your things, they might try to one up you in certain things that you're trying to do. Maybe they have similar goals. So it's always, you don't have to like say everything you're going to do ever. There's some things that you can keep it as like a personal goal or something.
Yeah.
Instead of go after that. You also don't want to make the mistake of talking too much in certain situations, because if you talk too much and reveal too much,
you talk too much.
Some people may use some information against you. So it's always wise to be careful who you interact with and what you say to them. And depending on if they're secretly your enemy or not, you don't know. You really want to be able to vet people that you know closely and carefully to see that, make sure like the people around you are like the closest, they truly are close to you and they're friends with you, and that they're in there to help you out, not secretly sabotage you.
Exactly. You gotta use in Robert Greene uses like the term smoke screening. You gotta smoke screen your intentions with certain people, and to make them go off on the wrong scent. Pretty much is how it's talked about. I think in the book there's a story with Austria and the Prussians, where they want to go to war with Austria, but one of the people in the government is saying, no, we shouldn't do that, and to get the Austrians more friendly or whatever, and then they go turn around. He's like, no, we're gonna attack you, we're gonna take care of you, and then we're gonna become Germany, pretty much. And so it's pretty much a way where you use a smoke screen, where your rivals think, oh no, they're not gonna go to war with us. We're cool. Everything's fine. But the next thing you know, you're going and you're pretty much mowing them down and taking over Germany like that. So there's different ways to do these types of things. You want to conceal your intentions, but you want to do it in a way where you don't look like you're hiding like everything about you. You got to give
you don't
them
need
something.
to be super secretive from everybody.
Yeah, you got to give them something. So, and you want to look friendly. You got to look trusting, right, to people. But you got to keep everything that is actually important that you want to keep concealed. So, let's say if I'm at work, right, and I'm like, yeah, my aspiration is to be, I want to be a writer, right? But secretly, I'm actually trying to be a business manager, going up in the markets in the corporate ladder, so I'm actually going to, and so if they think I'm going to leave, I'm actually staying, and I'm actually going to just get promoted, and to let my rivals think, oh, he's just going to leave, he ain't shit, but like I'm actually going up, and they don't know that. So that's another way of thinking about it as well, using that as
You want to lose life to your advantage. Not so much as to like get a one up on, like, you don't want to like to take people down, make people suffer, and just like ha, like I'm this evil mastermind. It's not about that. It's just about for yourself, like sort of leveling up in your own world and the things you have to do. We're not saying to like try to take people down using a law like this, like something like that. It's not about that. It's more of like a self improvement, like use it to your advantage, but don't you don't have to try to put people down,
exactly.
in order to.
You gotta make sure. I've seen it way too many times. Make sure that you don't blabber on about your actual goals and the actual things you want to do, because
At least not too much.
Yeah, at least not too much. You could talk about it just a little bit, but you need to make sure that a lot of the stuff that you talk about isn't really, the biggest thing in the world if it doesn't go right, because the things that you want to go right specifically, you keep to yourself, because I've seen a lot of times where once you talk about it, you jinx it, and pretty much it all goes downhill from there.
And it's like you say, oh, I'm going to lose 30 pounds in 90 days, and then you only lose like 10. And then it's like, and then everybody's like, yo, you're not even, you were wrong. So like now they're not even gonna believe your word. So there's some things that you can make like personal goals, and some things I guess people want honestly, but you don't. As I say, you don't have to give everybody full disclosure at all times. There's some things that you don't have to say.
Make sure that the friends that you have, that you give them enough, but you don't give them all either. Like because we talked about certain things about friends. In the previous laws as well, where you want to make sure that they're good with you, but you don't want to give them too much, because it could end up into resentment in some sort of way. And
you don't want to like create jealousy and like secret rivalism where it's not necessary. There's different kind of rival scenarios. Like there's like friendly competition, like when you're in gym and you're trying to lift heavier than the other guy. So it's like kind of like that friendly thing, but then it can go to like a dark side of rivalry. Which you don't need to go.
Yeah, it doesn't need to go.
It's not necessary to just start crap.
Just make sure, understand that when you have certain goals, certain big goals, that you keep to yourself. Anything small you can talk about. To the most part, you just want to make sure that anything that you want to happen and to happen perfectly, you conceal, and you don't just blabber on about it to everyone. Or else, it won't go right, and then you will lose that power in a sense.
Exactly. So we hope you guys found this information valuable. Hit the like button if you like this information, this kind of videos, and also hit the subscribe button as well, so that YouTube knows that we're rising stars. And also leave a comment section below. Maybe you have an experience you'd like to share or something like that. Anything. Just so comment below. Let us know, and we will see you guys in the next video.